Hiya, welcome to GGKCS, the multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece, and I'm glad you're here today. And I'm glad I have coffee to drink today. Today is Sunday, the 12th of December, 2021, and this is episode 472. That's a lot. I'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all returning viewers and a big hi to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. Gammy will be here next week. Yay. They'll also be at the end of this episode with Christmas karaoke, but they will be here for the full Christmas karaoke episode next week, and I'm very excited. So stay tuned. As is evidenced by the disaster on my desk, I have a lot of stuff to talk to y'all about today. A lot. So we're just going to jump in and get started. Here we go. All right, let's talk about what's on my needles. In my cute cat bag from Little Fish Stitches, I am working on another pair of Fingerless Mitts, the shorty Fingerless Mitts. They're a gift. I'm not going to tell you who they're for. I just started this pair because, spoilers, I finished a pair yesterday. 2 finished pair right there. This is a pattern that I adapted from another free pattern. I'm doing them on US 3's 3.25 mil needles. I did not put the colorway in the show notes. Goodness, I need more coffee. It's a good thing I have a cup of it right here. It's all about you. Self-striping sock in the Cherry Blossom version 2.0 colorway. So it's the white, the pink, the green, and the brown. You'll recognize it from what's it called? I'll take 2 coffees and 2 cherry danishes to go, please, socks. So I've just barely started these. I want to have these done when Dammy and I record next week, which means I need to do 24 rows a day. So I'm going to do my very best to make that happen. And then what will be going on the needles after those is shorty socks for me. So that's the only thing on the needles other than today's preemie hat. So let's move on and let me show you all the things that I finished this week. All right, let's talk about my 3 FOs. First up is a pair of those shorty mitts that I was just talking about. Again, these are done on US 3, 3.25 mils, and that's the wrong pair. This is the first pair I finished. This pair is done in Abstract Fiber Super Sock in the Thistle colorway. I like them because they let me still look at my watch. So there's that pair. And then I did last week's preemie hat, number 49 for the year. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on our website, javapearldesigns.com. And as always, everything we talk about is at our show notes, ggkcs.com. These are on US 6's 4 mil needles, and the yarn is Uru Yarn Sugared Worsted in the Roses colorway, and Lion Brand Vanna's Choice in the Taupe colorway. So there is finish number 2. And then I just finished these last night. These ones are striped with Suburban Stitcher Sock Hawaii Volcanoes National Park colorway. So that's the colorway that has the yellow in it. And Pandia's Jewel Snug in the Supernatural colorway, which is the one that has like the black in it. So there they are. I don't know what number finish this is. I think somewhere in the 70s. Maybe the upper 70s. So there we go. Those are my 3 finishes for the last week. So All right, well, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. All right, in my Humans with Kitty Heads project bag from the 805 Stitcher, I am working on my Christmas project. This is the 3-part Cats Love Christmas set by Lindy Stitches. And I'm using the called for DMCs, and then I converted the Fancy Floss to Classic Colorworks and DMC. I am stitching this on Fiber on a Whim 16 count Aida in the Cypress colorway. And here is where I'm at. Now, let me tell you my sad woe that happened. I had to rip out this cat all the way up, from the bottom all the way up to here after I'd stitched the whole thing. I had missed a row. And because they match up, the eyes match up, and the bottom of the cat matches up all along the way, I couldn't fudge it. So I ripped out the black cat and then restitched it. So now I need to finish stitching this third cat. And the reason there's some of that color on this side is because the cat is hugging the other two cats. And then I'll need to do the eyes and the nose, and then there's a border that goes here. It doesn't go all the way up. It just goes, see, like about as high as the tail. So it'll go like that. And then this one will be done. So I should have this one done with no problem by next week's episode. And then I will start on the second one, which is the cat eviction notice. And I'm loving the color I'm using for this cat so much, I might change this cat to be this color. We'll see. We shall see. So that is what I am stitching on this month. And then the other thing I'm stitching on, of course, is in my Knit Run Dig Winnie the Pooh project bag. This is my where's my paper? Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery. And all the details about everything that I'm using for this project are in the show notes. This is my 25/7 piece. And so I am stitching on it 25 minutes a day. My minimum is I have to do 25 stitches on it. And then if I still am able to stitch more, I'll do 25 minutes. Although as of late, I've been just like stitching on it for an entire episode of TV. Like 40 minutes or so. Not quite double the time, but, which means like up here, I'm getting a whole lot done. Down here where the confetti is, sometimes it takes the entire episode to do part of a square. So that's just how it is. Okay. On Friday, which is my stopping day for this, when I did my total, I was somewhere up in this block. And that put me at 43,338 stitches out of 265,824 complete. And I hit the 16% complete. I'm now at 16.303% complete. So what I'm going to do is, I think that when I finish stitching on this on New Year's Eve, I think I'll probably be somewhere, I'm hoping maybe at the bottom of like finish this column and do another like 3 columns, maybe at least 2, maybe 3. And when I finish stitching on that day, because that's a Friday, I'm going to take this out of the Q-snap. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to video it, because that'll be my starting point for 2022. Now I looked at the pattern, and I think I have maybe like 7-ish columns left, and I will be the entire way across. There's no way I will get all of that done by December 31st. But in the new year, shortly after, probably sometime in January, I will have done the entire width of the pattern. So, yeah. So that is where I'm at. I will talk about the needle minder, the new needle minder that is on there in Yummies momentarily. So yes, so there is lots of cross-stitch content in Yummies. So you should definitely stick around. Let's move on. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about. Yummies. I may have to like start and stop, which I mean for y'all it'll be instantaneous, but just because of the quantity of stuff that's on my desk, I may have to start and stop just to be able to get to the next stuff. So we're going to start with the nice list, which is a box from the Black Needle Society. And as a reminder, I am a rep for the Black Needle Society. You can save 5% on your first box of a box-to-box subscription with the code, all capital letters, Java Pearl 5. It doesn't work on 6 and 12 month subscriptions as they have a discount built in. It's not valid on special edition boxes. Join the waitlist at theblackneedlesociety.com. Okay, we're going to start with day 4. I'm not going to run through like what all the flosses are, but it was the floss for the first pattern, and it's all DMC and Sullivan's, which I've never used Sullivan's before, so that'll be interesting to try. And then day 5 was the first pattern, Winter Welcome, and it's by Park Hopper Bart. Super cute. Really like that. Okay, day 6 is this exclusive nesting doll needle minder by A Needle Runs Through It. So can you see that she has a cross stitch hoop and she's stitching a flower and she's got a needle in her hand? That is super cute. So there's that day. Day 7 is Made with Love card set, which I will actually be using. I need to open these because I need to mail some stuff. So I will be using those. Those were by MS Paint. All right. I opened this and I had a thought about what it could be. I was actually right. But later I will show Dammy. I was like, okay, Dammy, this is what came today. What do you think? And then yesterday when I was FaceTiming my mama, I was like, Mama, what do you think? And so it's actually it's called the Humbug Device Stand Pillow, and you can put your phone or your tablet or whatever. The really nice thing about this is, because I put a sticker on mine, but this is fiber. This is a phone stand that came in a Black Needle Society box at some point, and I actually have one on my desk at work as well. So this is really nice if you have a hard surface that you're setting this on. But if you set it on a soft surface, it can, it doesn't have stability. But this kind of, because it's the bean bag, it kind of conforms to whatever surface, hard or soft, that you set it on. Love this. Love this. Okay, so that was that. Okay, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you this, but this is a winter stitching blanket designed by Teresa Kogut. Okay. So at the top up here, it has birds. I'm dropping things. And then it has like, one of the birds has a needle. And then it comes down to Stitching Warms My Heart. It's got houses. It's got garland. It's got snowflakes. It's beautiful. I love it. Wonderful. Okay, and then day 10, we got these peacock scissors. And peacocks represent beauty and rebirth. Use these scissors going into the new year for good luck. I like that they're really sharp, and I like that they have a guard on them. So those are very pretty. And then day 11 was the fabric for the second pattern. And this is Zweigart 32 count linen in the Whisper colorway. And then today is the floss for project 2, and it is Sullivan's and Classic Colorwork. I've never used this one before. It's called Shabby Sheep, and I love it. But I've used the Licorice Red and the Steamed Broccoli before, and then Sullivan's. So that is everything we have gotten in the Black Needle Society, the nice list box, since last I spoke with you. Okay, we're gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna clean up my mess and then I'll come back with the next thing. Okay, I am back. I have reorganized my desk a little bit. So now let me tell you about Around the World in 12 Coffees. Silver, my friend Silver sent me this. I need to color in the one that I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking the Kenya AA one right now. But what I'm doing is I'm opening these on the odd days and then drinking them on the even days. So today is Kenya AA. Yum. And then Silver also sent me an yarn advent calendar. So let me quickly show you what's come since I talked to you last. This was day 4. This is bigger on the inside from Into the World. This is day 5. It is mustache yarn in the Bohemian colorway. Day 6 is Pendy is Jewel Snug, but I think I came out more Magician. Day 7 is Wool Mize in the, I'm going to butcher it, Zavrel und Rose colorway. I love that one a lot. Day 8 is Sweet Georgia Yarns Tough Love Sock in the Magician colorway. That's day 8. Day 9 is, oh, so pretty, Cascade 220 Fingering in the Azalea Pink colorway. Day 10 is Opal in the very descriptive 9331 colorway. Look at that sparkle. Day 11 is Dream in Color Smooshy in the Melon Bomb colorway. So pretty. And today, day 12 is Barocco Folio in the 4 Pearls colorway. So I had been trying to decide what I was going to do with this, and I finally made a decision. I'm going to be knitting the Curious Handmade Dust of Snow wrap. This uses 24 colors of yarn. Isn't that stunning? And I will be knitting it on US 6 4mm needles. So this is a very long pattern. This pattern is 25 pages long. Because, I'll hold it back this way, but she writes out each row and she writes what percentage you're done. For each, every time you hit a key percentage. There's 570 rows in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this in the new year and I'm going to do 2 colors a month. And that way by the end of 2022, I'll have a full, huge, lovely wrap. So Dammy is going to help me once I open all of the yarn to put it in an order. And then I'll get started on this in the new year. So I'm super excited about that. All right, let's take another break. Let me get all this off my desk and then we'll move to the next thing. All right, I think I have everything else organized here to be able to show you. So last week, y'all know I recorded early because I was going to be helping a friend with at a craft show, and I came home with stuff because I bought Christmas presents for myself because I did. So one of the things that I bought is from Rain Shadow Jewelry. And it is this stacking set of rings. The other jewelry I bought is from Creo Jewelry. And it is this beautiful, beautiful ring. It reminds me of like yarn balls because of the different direction of the lines. It also reminds me of like stitches in cross stitch. The reason I did this is because I want, y'all know, I got divorced this year. I have some statement rings that I wear like on special occasions or whatever, but I wanted a ring or 2 that I could just wear as everyday jewelry. So got those. I also came home with a couple of candles from the booth that I was running for my friend. So the name of her company is Northwest Sparks. NorthwestSparks.com. So she has a line, these are 100% soy candles. She has a line of candles that are Pacific Northwest themed. This is the Seattle one, and it smells like espresso. I love it. So that one I came home with. She also has a line of mountains from the Pacific Northwest. She also has just a line of regular candles, and this is the Black Sea colorway. I have no idea I'm like handing it to y'all like I can smell it. Smell it, okay? I have no idea what it is, what the scent is. It's just like clean and neutral and just like that deep breath peace feeling. So I have been saving those. I have not burned them yet because I was going to show y'all first. So there's that. Okay. Next up, I follow on Instagram, as well as I think I get her newsletter, Satsuma Street. And she released her Christmas ornaments for this year. And I ran over to Etsy and bought the kit for the Mitten Kitten. It comes with the chart, 14 count perforated paper, DMC embroidery floss, beads and sequins, tapestry needle, and finishing instructions. What you'll need to finish it is backing paper or felt, thread for hanging, glue, and scissors. So it comes with all of that stuff. I've only had one experience stitching on perforated paper and it wasn't lovely. So I'm hoping this experience is better. So I have that to stitch. Oh, okay, so now I can talk about this. I wanted to change out the needle minder that was on my Edinburgh Castle because I was using a needle minder that was from a fandom that I no longer support or am a part of because of the author's horrific words towards transgender folks, and I can't abide that. So I wanted to replace the needle minder. So I went hunting and I found a needle runs through it, and they sent me this free all you knit is love stitch marker. Love it. And so I got, this is actually an Outlander themed, but a Scottish thistle, and it's wooden. I like it because there's enough of a gap under it that I can use it when I'm parking threads. I don't remember where the other needle minder came from. I think maybe Abby Topknot Stitcher, but that gives me what I need on there, and I love it. It's so pretty. I also bought something else from the shop, but it's a Christmas gift for a certain someone who is sometimes on this podcast with me, and thusly it is hidden away. And yeah, it's hidden. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna have to show y'all on the screen because I can't hold it up by myself because it's so large. So y'all know that I am part of the Unashamed Love Collective book club, and I've been part of it for going on 1.5 years now. And we have an optional like Secret Santa gift exchange, and I received one part of my gift yesterday, and it is this stunning Stars Hollow winter travel print from Window Shop Gal. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. Dammy's gonna help me hang it next week when they're here. I'm debating whether I want to get a frame for it or just hang it like poster putty on the wall. So I'm debating. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. I love it so much. It's staying up year round, even though it's winter. I love it, and it will become part of a focal wall of Gilmore Girls stuff that will include my Gilmore Girl pattern project that I finished this year, the Raining Loreleis that I'm working on right now. Well, it's got set aside for Christmas, but that is a whip right now, and then also when the full pattern is completed from the Stars Hollow retreats from the Black Needle Society, that piece will also get featured there. I love it so much. Okay, we got our, there we go, Knit Crate box. So we have a coupon code for y'all. You can use the coupon code, all capital letters, Geeky20, to get 20% off your first order. The code will only work to discount the first month of a recurring monthly subscription and for any of their shop items. There's a link in the show notes. So this box's theme for November is tea time. And let's see, I need to cover up the code to get the patterns. So they always send patterns for a knit and a crochet item from, this is the box that we get. And then they also have a sock yarn box that they do a crochet and knit pattern from, but we get all 4 patterns. So it came with a package of tea. The company's name is Tea with Tay. We had so much confusion when I showed this on Vlogmas this week. The company is Tea with Tay. The flavor is Winter Bliss. It's a black tea with almond and coconut flakes, cinnamon chips, chocolate, hazelnut, and almond. And then it came with these 2 skeins of this gorgeous yarn. This is Uru Yarn Cozy. It is the colorway Butterfly Pea Flower. It is 45% Huacaya alpaca, 45% Surrey alpaca, 10% stellina, and it is a super bulky weight, 100 grams, 55 yards. I don't knit with super bulky, so this is definitely going in the prize box for y'all. But it's beautiful. Love it, love it. So there is that, y'all. That is everything for Yummies. Told y'all. I had a happy mail week. Just all the things. So Yummies should not be as long next week. All right, let me clean up everything and then we'll move on to our next segment. All right, now let's talk about what we're reading, watching, and listening to. Just a reminder that our 2021 RAL read along is coming to a close. It is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. And so if by participating in the seasonal, which right now we're in October, November, December, you earn entries into the year-long challenge. At the beginning of 2022, we'll draw for 3 grand prize bundles. Don't forget, if you participated in the Modern Mrs. Darcy 2021 reading challenge, you can get 12 bonus entries if you complete that challenge. There is a thread in the Facebook group to post that. You need to post it by December 31st. So that January 1st, when we draw winners, it will be there. Okay? Sorry, my nose is itching. All right. What I'm reading, How to Heal Yourself When No One Else Can by Amy Scher. This is another book that takes time to process, so I'm reading it in small chunks. I finished listening to the book for the Unashamed Love Collective book club that I was just talking about in Yummies. This month we are reading Redefining Realness, My Path to Womanhood, Identity, Love, and So Much More by Janet Mock. And Janet is a transgender woman. And this is her memoir, and she narrates it as well. And it was a very, very interesting read. Continuing to read Inward by Young Pueblo. I am reading and writing in the Get Untamed the Journal by Glennon Doyle. Already. I was working in it this morning, and it's going to be an intense one. Okay, y'all, I am so freaking close to having read my goal of 150 books this year. So I have been reading like nobody's business. I really, really, really want to reread the previous Outlander book so I can read the new Outlander book, but those are both epically long books. And so I am forcing myself to read shorter books that I can get to my 100. I mean, they're not short books, but shorter so that I can get to my 150 book goal. And then once I hit that 150 book goal, then I am going to jump over and reread the previous Outlander book and the new Outlander book. So this week I finished reading books 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the Ruth Galloway series by Ellie Griffiths. There was The House at Sea's End, A Roomful of Bones, A Dying Fall, and The Outcast Dead. Ruth is an archaeologist and very involved in working with the police in the UK, and these are her stories. And then I started last night the third book in the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson called The Hand on the Wall. And this is set in a prestigious like boarding school, but there was a kidnapping in the past and murder, and some students have died, and there's this whole mystery, whatever thing. So this is book 3. I think there's 4 books in the series. Some of what I've been watching, Law and Order Special Victims Unit, along with listening to the That's Messed Up in SVU podcast. Gilmore Girls, we're in season 2 with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast. I just caught up with Dickinson last night. I finished watching the 3rd and final season of Lost in Space, which was very good. Finished series 13 of Doctor Who. Whew. I rewatched that episode, the final episode last night as well. Whew, goodness. The next episode, so in 2022, there will be an episode on New Year's Day, an episode like mid-ish year, and then an episode late in the year, and that 3rd episode will be when the 13th Doctor regenerates. Watching season 19 of NCIS, watching season 6 of The Masked Singer, and some other random stuff, and listening to, of course, my favorite murder podcast and random Spotify playlists. All right, that is everything for this segment, so let's move on to the next one. Right, now let's talk about the December, January, February Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Ow. So this started on the 1st of December and runs through the 28th of February. It's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us is related to winter. Your fallback, you made it in the winter. And included in all of that is, like cross stitch, embroidery, sewing clothing, English paper piecing, garments. All of that is included in there. So please, please, please share what you've made. No whips are allowed. You have to start your project the 1st of December or later and finish it by the 28th of February. All the details are talked about in the first episode of every month, and all the details are in the show notes as well as in our Facebook group. Thank you so much, all the love to our prize donors, which you can see on our screen. You can also see those in the show notes at ggkcs.com. And if you participated in the Artistic Autumnal Owl and have not claimed your prize, or if you participated and haven't watched to see if you won a prize, please check that out. I was planning to ship out to those people I had heard from yesterday, but I had a really bad fibro day yesterday and I just couldn't. So I'm going to wait till next weekend, and Dammy's going to help me package them all up, and then Dammy will drop them all off in the mail. So if you participated and haven't watched yet, please go check it out, because it would be a great help to me if I could get all those shipped out next weekend. And we want to give a shout out to people who finished projects this past week, and they are Brittany M. and Jane S. Great job, y'all. So keep working on your projects. You got over 2.5 months to go. We only have 13 days to Christmas, but you got 2.5 months plus to go to get your projects finished and posted and shared with us, and you might be a prize winner. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of the show where you ask us questions and we try to answer them. This is going to be a little difficult one for me today. This one was originally asked and answered in 2019. Amy asks, as you listen to other podcasters, knitting podcasts, reading podcasts, other activity-related podcasts, do you compare yourself to others? Does hearing what others are doing or planning, does that make you evaluate or reevaluate your progress plans, things you do? I find myself doing that and then have to remind myself that I am not in a competition with anyone else and to compare myself only to my past self. Thoughts? This is a tough one. Because I think human instinct is to compare ourselves to others. And I know our podcast is not for everyone. If there was one podcast that was for everyone, there would only be one podcast. There would be no need for other ones. But different things appeal to different people. There are podcasts I have listened to and watched in the past that no longer fit my life, or something that I wanted to spend my time doing. It's nothing against those podcasters. It just wasn't for me at this time. And I know our podcast is the same way, and I mean, what may be for me today might not be for me tomorrow. And kind of the mantra, especially over this last year, that has been something that I have to tell myself multiple times a day: what other people think of me is none of my business. And I know with some of the life changes that I've gone through, Dammy's gone through, that there have been people who could not handle that and have left. And I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt, but I would rather have a smaller community of people who actually enjoyed our podcast and care about me and my kid and my cat than to have a big audience with people who hate me. So that part of it, yeah, I mean, it's just human instinct to compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. That's another quote that I say to myself quite often. Now, I think it can be a whole lot of fun to do challenges and, compete in that way. I think that can be a lot of fun. But I have to remind myself that, okay, I have finished 70 some odd projects this year. And somebody else may have finished 7 projects this year, and that's okay. Somebody may have finished 200 projects this year, and I have finished 70 something, and that's okay. You do what you can do. For me, it's not I love seeing, I like to keep track of oh my gosh, I have finished 70 some odd projects this year. I like to make goals for myself. But in the end, crafting for me is about the process and not necessarily about the finished object. I don't know if you can see it. I have a tattoo from my beloved Gilmore Girls. It doesn't matter what I'm knitting. I'm just knitting to knit. And I feel the same way about cross stitch. It is just the act of being creative that means so much to me. So I'm going to make goals for myself next year. I think that's something that I'll talk about maybe in the episode, not next week because Dammy will be here for Christmas karaoke, but maybe the week after that or so. I don't remember how many weeks there are before the new year, but I do have some fun goals for myself. If I don't reach those goals, if I need to reevaluate those goals mid-year, if I need to reevaluate those goals on January the 2nd, that's okay. When I'm coming into 2021, I had set a goal for myself of reading 250 books, and then you know what? I left. I had to get a full-time job. I am living by myself, well, with Pink, but my life has dramatically changed. So I changed my dadgum goal to read 150 books, and you know what? I'm going to reach it. And that is amazing to me. I am just as proud of myself for reading 150 books this year as I am for reading 300 a few years ago. Because I am proud of who I am becoming. I am not anywhere near to where I know I can be, but I am healing, I'm growing, and I'm evolving. And I honor that in myself. And I am proud of myself for stepping out of what no longer served me and embracing who I am meant to be. So, that got a little existential, y'all. What was in this coffee, Silver? So, Amy I don't know if that answered the question, but that's where I went with it. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Thank you for the question, Amy. If you have a question for us, you can post it in the Ask the Geeks thread in the Facebook group. You can post it in the comments on YouTube, any of our YouTube videos. You can send it to me DM on Instagram. You can email us, whatever, and we will add it to the list. We have a really fun question for next week that was asked in one of my Vlogmas videos, and I was like, hey, can we save that for when Dammy's on the episode next week? So we have a good holiday related question for next week when Dammy's here. Thus far, in all of our years of answering questions, we didn't start this when we didn't start doing the Ask the Geeks section in the when we started 9 years ago. I can't remember when we started the Ask the Geeks section, but thus far there's not been a single question we have not been willing to answer. So we reserve that right, but thus far. So, all right, this one got long. Let's move on to the next segment. Well, with that, y'all, we've made it to the end of the show. I kicked the door on my desk cabinet. Huzzah. I know it's been a long one. I know we went a lot of different places. If you're still here, thanks for sticking with me. A reminder that I am doing daily vlogs through the 25th of December on our YouTube channel. They're short. They're probably 8 minutes or less on average, where I'm opening the Black Needle Society Nice List box. I'm opening the Around the World in 12 Coffees. I'm opening the Yarn Advent from Silver. And y'all get a peek at my Happy Mail as it comes in. So, and then we are still doing the random acts of kindness every day. You can enter twice every day on the YouTube episode for that day, the Vlogmas Flossmas episode for that day, as well as on my Instagram, cc_Java Pearl. A reminder that we are co-hosting the Pride Owl that started back in May and runs through the end of June 2022. There is a YouTube video that explains it in the show notes, and our hashtag is hashtag GGKCS PrideAlong 2122. Dammy will be here next week. Make sure and stay tuned after the credits for Christmas karaoke. A huge thank you, love y'all, to everyone who supports the podcast, no matter how it is you do it. We're grateful for each of you. The financial support goes towards shipping out prizes and technology behind the scenes. If you want to support us financially, there's a few different ways. Patreon and YouTube Join are sites where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives and earn rewards or perks based on the level you donate at. You can find out more and sign up at patreon.com/GGKCS or by clicking the join button under any YouTube video. If you'd like to make a one-time donation, there's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website. We are bookshop.org affiliates, which is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. If you purchase a book from our shop, we earn a commission, and local independent bookstores also earn money from your purchase. Our shop is at bookshop.org/shop/GGKCS. And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you shop on Amazon, go to our site first, click on the appropriate link, do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra. A great way to support the podcast by doing something you were going to do anyway. You can find us online at ggkcs.com. I know if you're new here, it seems like a random letters. The iterations that it's gone through was Geeky Girls Knit and Cross Stitch. When Dammy came out publicly as non-binary, girls didn't work anymore, so we went to the initials. So GGKCS. There you go. And there you can find links to everything we talk about online. You can also find out everywhere we are online there. Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, our Facebook group, etc., etc., etc. All right. With that, thank you so much for being here with me today. I've enjoyed it so much, and I'm grateful for each of you. I hope that you have a great week ahead. Get vaccinated, get your booster when you're eligible, wear your masks, stay safe, stay healthy, stay creative, and stay tuned after the credits for Christmas karaoke. Happy crafting. And I will see you tomorrow on Vlogmas. And Dammy and I'll see you next week on Christmas karaoke. All right. Happy crafting. Talk to you again soon. Bye. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Ring-a-ling. Hey, ring-a-ling.